Something broke.
Hey, what's going on, Beowulf Nation? It's I, Beowulf, back at it with another video. So today's video, as you see the title, I installed the Riva Racing intake manifold mod on my 2018 Sea Doo RXP-X 300. Right now I'm jetting to get into the Intercoastal Waterway. Crazy news to get this whole video going. So you'll see this clip with how I installed this, and you'll see my brother gave me a hand in it because he had to hold the intake manifold. So originally we were planning on doing this race with my Yamaha GP 1800R versus my RXP-X 300, and he has one of those electric longboards, and my brother took this really bad fall and cracked his shoulder, and he's in bad shape. So it's actually, like, if you look at time, it's 4:41 and it gets dark at like 5:15. I was planning, as you can see right now, it's 4:41, and I woke up early to plan my whole day to be like doing these two separate filming videos because 70-something degrees today. And yeah, so I got this call, I had to take an emergency room, and yeah, it's not go by plan. I'm going out in the Intercoastal Waterway and filming this video of seeing how this thing runs no matter what. And it's like 63, so I got my wetsuit on. So hopefully he gets better, he's doing good. But yeah, it wasn't his plan, and I just stopped what I was doing to help him out. This is the kind of person I am. But roll the clip of how you install this. Hey, what's going on, Beowulf Nation? I'm doing an upgrade on my 2018 Sea Doo RXP-X 300. I'm installing today, showing you guys how to install. It's a Riva Racing intake manifold upgrade kit. So this is kind of what's all in the box. It's, I think some normal viewers could probably, that know how to work on, some people that are kind of mechanical inclined can install this. It's pretty easy. I have the shop manual, but it's pretty straightforward how I think it's going to be the route of doing this. There's the whole bracket, and first you want to disconnect the battery before you do anything. I'm going to show you guys step by step, but it's basically, there's this whole bracket that's on top of the intake manifold. We're going to take that off. It was a big pain in the butt when I had to connect these intercooler piping, so we'll have to pull the whole intake manifold off. I was thinking there is enough room, if I pull this pipe off and stuck the drill in there, I could probably drill it out and take it out. But actually I'm kind of curious to just see of how this was assembled from the factory. Maybe there was a couple of things I saw that when this was built, they didn't install it correctly. So maybe I can inspect and see kind of what's going on with the ski with pulling this off, because I was debating about it, because I know I could fit my drill in there and drill it out. The hard thing is there is plastic, and I really don't want to get any into the intake manifold. But actually how it's shaped, I think if you stuck like a shop vac in there, you probably could get it all out. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it, because if I did that route, it'd be very fast installing this. I've heard people do that in the past, but if you don't have the Riva Racing intake, you wouldn't be able to do it, because actually you have like the stock box would be, air box would be all right there, so you wouldn't be able to install it. So I'm kind of on the fence, because I think it can be done, and it would be pretty fast with doing it, and you just clean up all the shavings, it would drop down there. But I kind of also want to just take it apart. I think it'd be kind of fun. The next step after you unhook that would be obviously unhooking the fuel rail. But before doing that, you'd want to disconnect the fuel line there. So that's out of the way. That's why you want to disconnect the battery. I mean, it's pretty, I'd have to say it would be pretty fast to do, because it's basically snipping up a bunch of zip ties. It'd be all this, and pretty much every single bolt hooking the intake manifold is all very easy to be visibly seen with unhooking up, which is kind of nice, because I could tell you stuff with cars, you have to remove so much stuff. to get there. So I actually think it's pretty easy to do. That is why I'm going this route of taking that all off. Also too, you got this vacuum light that I added for the blow valve, so you gotta make sure you pull all that off. So I'm probably just gonna do it that way. I could do it the easy way, but I don't think it's the right way. You should probably do it. So I'll show you guys that way how to do it. Okay, so I got like the first step going with, I pulled off the ECU, so there's 3 bolts up top like you saw, and pushed it all aside. I cut all the zip ties. They're all down up in here. Pulled out that vacuum line that I added that was for the blow-off valve. And then the next step will be taking off the fuel rail. I already disconnected the plug going into the throttle body. This one I'm going to try to get beforehand or afterhand. I just can't. Right? I think I got it. There we go. So I got that unplugged. That's the part we're going to be drilling out. I'm not going to cut this. I'm not going to cut this yet. Zip ties. They're holding the wire harness to the fuel rail. I won't cut that till unless I have to. I'm going to probably loosen this now. Before I do that, I'm probably going to loosen that now, and then I'm going to take the 2 bolts off to pull the fuel rail and the fuel injectors out, and then unhook the rest of this stuff. So I got the injectors out. I'm leaving the fuel rail connected with the fuel line just because I don't have to worry about fumes and fuel. I unplugged the injectors, as you can see right here. Already unhooked the clamp with the throttle body. So I'm guessing the next step, well, I actually have to cut there's a zip tie right down there I have to cut still. And then I'm just going to unhook the, see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts holding on the intake manifold. Pop this thing out, and we're going to drill this thing out. The last thing was this little clip. I just like cut it instead of, I was hard to find the hex key that would fit that. Plus I'm not even going to reuse it. Well, actually no, I'll have to take it out to, well, it's crazy how loose it is already. It actually is pretty loose. Actually, that's where the bracket mounts on to drill this thing out. But yeah, there's the dipstick you have to worry about. So you have to pull the dipstick out beforehand. And then this is the piece that goes down into the bottom of the block. But it's pretty cool. Let's see. Let me get a flashlight and I'll show you guys what it. Let's see if we can shine some light with this on there. So you can actually see all the valves. I already hooked the plate on. This is the part to be drilling. Also follow the instructions that Riva has with all this. But so it's basically to guide it into that. Now you'll probably most likely need another person to hold this because it's going to be moving around. And look who just showed up. Yeah, the real Gucci Gavin. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel. The real Gucci Gavin.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so he's here representing Chicago.
Chicago pizza, right?
So we're gonna he's gonna hold this. I'm gonna drill this out once he finishes his slice of pizza and he wipes he dribbles in my garage. And he cuts it so I can cut this thing out. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Get some better light. So it looks like when it's drilled out. Now I'll just have to pull this filter right out. Alright, so this is what it looks like with it drilled out. It was kind of a little bit of pain in the butt to get this thing out, actually. It was kind of like stuck on the ends. So I had to really pry with it with a flathead screwdriver and then used a pair of heavy duty pliers to pull this thing out. But that gives you an idea of what this thing is. I mean, it's massive. To me, what it reminds me of is like an air filter. I mean, they call it a flame thing. It looks like an air filter to me is what it looks like. Exact same as like the filter it's running with the Riva Racing intake is what it looks like. So it's pretty crazy. They claim it gains like a pound of boost with this. So what I'm going to do is kind of clean up the metal shavings around here, make sure there's nothing inside the intake manifold, and then going to install all what's in the box. It's pretty straightforward what it is, but I'll show you guys step by step with it. And then actually it's waterproof, like I'd use marine grease. That's waterproof that you want to do around these when it slips into here. But the big thing is get these shavings, make sure nothing's in there. I'm gonna probably reuse the stock gaskets. They look fine. They just push in. It was weird because like one of them was like stuck right there. And then put this thing back together in here. And it's just pretty cool how everything looks in here. That's the oil cooler. So that's kind of gets you guys too with seeing how I don't really like the closed loop cooling. The crazy thing is Sea-Doo is the 1% out of everything marine that uses closed loop cooling. 99% of all marine, that's boat, jet ski, all that, they're all that 99% is open loop cooling, not closed loop cooling. So when you're looking at that ride plate in the back and how all this stuff is just running everywhere to cool everything, it's actually pretty kind of crazy when you think about it. It's a lot of areas of running. It's not like your car. There's not like fans and all that running. All right, so I got it connected on there. I put the waterproof grease. I use marine grease actually to grease around it. Pushed it in. Should be sitting like straight up like that. Also shows it in the manual. Now the next piece would be connecting these on to that and then connecting the sensor on. Alright, so I got the clamps put on, the bolt with the washer there, and then the two bolts holding that on. It's a Riva Racing logo facing upwards, so it'd be facing like that. So I got that all connected, and it's now time to pop the thing right back into there. Before I think I slipped that on there, I'll have to clean off, put back in the bottom part of the oil dipstick back inside there in the hole right down there. I already cleaned it up, and yeah, so it's supposed to go right down in there. It fits in the groove with the oil dipstick. That's how you're gonna get it in. And there's some wire, I think it's a ground, it's right down there. You have to figure out how to fish through. I got the intake manifold bolted in. Next step, and I got the intercooler pipe tightened on. Next step is cleaning the fuel injectors and then slipping them back in, and then you should plug them in before you slip them in. Alright, so I finished hooking up everything, bolted in the fuel rail, bolted on ECU, plugged in right there, ran all the wires. I'm not going to zip tie it because I probably might pull this off again with some other future mods, but everything's on here. And kind of there's a pattern you should be doing when you're hooking the intake manifold on too. You shouldn't just go, if you're working on this, you'd obviously know what I'm talking about. If you're new, I might leave it to the professionals if you're thinking about doing this, because it was a little bit of work, but it's easy. If you're ready, it's not crazy to put in. He wants to do, you want to race and see which one's the fastest?
Either one I'm in, I'll still beat you.
You think so? You want to put money on that?
No.
I don't know. What one do you think's faster? Doesn't matter who's racing it.
Sorry?
The Yamaha? That's what I'm thinking. But this hopefully will fix the cooling. If you see my past video, I installed these vents that actually allow cool air in, and then pulling out the intake manifold mod. There's like a rail thing they sell, but it's if you're running more boost. I don't really think I need to do it. Also too, there's another tune I can run in this now with my MACH Tuner X with the Stage 2 Riva Racing Kit. There's 3 tunes. 2 you can run without doing this mod, and it's aggressive and a regular Stage 2 tune. And then there's the Stage 2 tune with having the that filter pulled out. So I'll have to upload that in the next time running it. Also too, stay tuned to the end of the video about November and December giveaway. It's awesome. It's going to be the giveaway that's going on. Show how to enter and all about it. Stay tuned to the end of the video. But let's get the thing. I'm leaving here. Nobody's here at the boat ramp. That's why I have it all left like this, so I can get on, get right off. Cold start 2018 Sea Doo RXP-X. Woo! So also too, I did a new tune in this Riva Racing. It has 3 different stage 2 tunes. This one will have with the intake manifold modification, so the tune is different. But we just got to get out of the no wake zone and see how this thing runs. I believe the thing's gonna run a lot better. I'm just glad to get out. I was telling you guys, right before I got home, I have to drop my brother off to his place. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna have enough time. I moved so fast getting ready. Yeah, I had to get gas in my Jeep SRT. I'm like, oh, I gotta ride. Because what's happening is like there's like a cold front coming through. So it's gonna be, there's like a frost advisory tonight. It's totally crazy. So that's why I got the whole sweatsuit on. It's about like mid 60s, probably like 63 degrees. The water's super cold right now. I just put it on because I'm planning on getting really wet and I don't want to be like getting sick, because I did get sick the one time I went out without having a wetsuit on. It was a little cold. I got to change of clothes with, so as soon as I get out and everything's out of the water, I am going to get out of the wetsuit so I just don't have to be stuck in wet clothes. That's usually a smart thing. But don't be going out riding even when it's below 70 degrees. Make sure you guys have a wetsuit, because you never know, you fall in, my body might go into shock if you're just not used to the weather. Me, myself, being a Viking, being on Beowulf, I can take it. But some people, you might get a real shocker. You might feel all right, then you get in the water, it's super cold and your hands might not grip or whatnot, or even tread in water or whatnot. But man, we're out of the no wake zone. Enough chitty chatter. Let's let this thing rip and see how this thing runs. Will these do mods fix it? Because I wanted to do this before doing an open loop cooling. Instead of doing a bunch of stuff, that's how I always do things one step at a time, so you know something improves or whatnot. So I did see a big change with the cool air vent kit. We'll see how this is pulling this giant freaking filter thing that's inside the intake manifold. It's just massive. I mean, this is ridiculous. All right. my brother, I was like, you should have told me we were going there. I would have took the trailer with, and I would have gone jet skiing. Oh, when he had to take him to the emergency room. But I was like, it was so aggravating me so close. I can feel a difference. It's always top end that was been really sluggish. I could tell pulling that, doing the intake manifold mod, did make a difference. And you can feel it on acceleration. Plus too, it's a different tune than what was previously in there. But the water, just look at, I don't know if the camera does justice. I mean, it just looks so cool of how the sun setting on the water is just like calm. It's not even super, like a very fast current at all. It just looks like glass. Ultimate time to come out here and ride. Cool seeing that sailboat too back there. I give people credit traveling around, being out here and going on the ocean and going intercoastal. It must be a cool adventure just going to do stuff like that. Slow, but fun.
Something broke. Oh, great. It officially broke. Oh, great. Woo!
Alright guys, you gotta stay tuned to the next video to see all what happened. Definitely epic. Pick up some of your I Am Beowulf merch at IamBeowulf.com. Got has tank tops, t-shirts, hoodies. Make sure you check it out, IamBeowulf.com. Also too, check out my Amazon store. That's Amazon.com/shop/IamBeowulf. You'll see all the kind of gear I use on there, all different categories. Make sure to check it out, especially holidays is coming. Christmas is right around the corner. Make sure to check that out. Now let's talk about the giveaway for November and December combined. I'm picking 2 people with it. First thing, one of the giveaways is a size large Jettrim wetsuit. Epic. Size large, red, 2-piece. Make sure you check them out too. Thank you, Jettrim, for donating this with the giveaway. Make sure to check them out. Definitely, holidays are getting too around the corner. Picks them up. And then the other one is with a giveaway that somebody gets, one person gets to pick which one they want, and it's a signed photo from Michael Jordan. So that's epic. Like I said in past videos, I have a lot of signed stuff, especially from when I lived in the Midwest, Chicagoland area, growing up with the Bulls. This is a piece of history. Last month was a giveaway, was a Dennis Rodman signed photo, so definitely cool things doing as a giveaway. How you enter, be subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment on the videos. You gotta do all 3 things of those. Also too, I want to try to hit before 2020 begins hitting up to 10,000 subscribers. And when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'll pick a winner, a subscriber, give them away, have a choice of getting Xbox One X or PlayStation 4 Pro. How to enter, same with the other giveaways. Be subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the videos, and make sure to share it with your friends. Let's try to get this up. We're halfway point, 10,000. Then at 50,000, 100,000, I'll be doing giveaways, different things around there. I'm doing monthly free giveaways, like stuff like this, and then doing bigger items when it's a big kind of milestone of hitting something. So please, I appreciate the help. Let's build this into a huge channel. Beowulf Nation. Also too, be driven to win in life. Remember, every day is Earth Day. If you haven't gave me a follow on Instagram, it's IAM_Beowulf. You would have seen the whole, what happened after when the thing stopped working. You'll see the whole live stream I did. So make sure you give me a follow in there. Remember, every day is Earth Day. Be driven to win. Peace out, Beowulf Nation.